ever wondered what could slice through a man like butter thousands of years ago? How did ancient warriors rain death upon their enemies before gunpowder changed everything? The ancient world was filled with terrifyingly effective killing tools that shaped history and conquered empires. These weapons weren't just metal and wood. They were revolutionary technologies that decided the fate of entire civilizations. Number 14. Greek fire. Have you ever imagined a weapon so terrifying that its secret recipe was guarded more closely than gold? Greek fire was the ancient world's most horrifying incendiary weapon, and nobody today knows exactly how it was made. Developed by the Byzantine Empire around 672 CE, this nightmarish substance could burn on water. Yes, literally, O-N water. Enemy ships would find themselves engulfed in unquenchable flames that spread across the sea's surface. Byzantine warships were equipped with special tubes and siphons that could project this liquid fire at enemy vessels. Imagine being an enemy sailor watching as this strange, blazing substance hurled toward your wooden ship. The flames couldn't be extinguished with water. In fact, water often intensified the blaze. Some accounts suggest it could only be smothered with sand, vinegar, or old urine. The psychological impact was just as devastating as the physical damage. The Byzantines used Greek fire to defend Constantinople multiple times, particularly against Arab fleets. The weapon was so effective that it helped preserve the Byzantine Empire for centuries. The formula was passed down among a select few, typically within the same family, and emperors guarded the secret ferociously. Eventually, the knowledge of how to create it was lost to history, though modern scientists speculate it might have contained petroleum, quicklime, sulfur, and naphtha. Number 13. War elephants. Could you imagine facing a 6-ton battle tank with tusks? War elephants were the ancient world's most intimidating living weapon, first used extensively by the armies of India. These massive beasts were adopted by Persians, Carthaginians, and eventually even the Romans. Elephants weren't just transport. They were living battering rams that could break through infantry formations while trampling soldiers beneath their feet. Hannibal famously marched 37 war elephants across the Alps to invade Italy during the Second Punic War. Though many died during the treacherous journey, the psychological impact of these beasts on Roman troops who had never seen elephants was immeasurable. War elephants were often armored and carried towers containing archers or javelin throwers, multiplying their effectiveness. These biological tanks weren't without drawbacks, though. Elephants could be spooked by noise, fire, or unfamiliar smells, sometimes causing them to rampage through friend and foe alike. The Romans eventually developed specialized tactics to counter elephants, including opening lanes in their formations to let the beasts pass through harmlessly. Despite their unpredictability, war elephants remained in military use for thousands of years, with the last significant battlefield deployment occurring in Southeast Asia in the 19th century. Number 12. The khopesh. What if a sword and an axe had a deadly baby? The khopesh would be that child. This distinctive curved blade originated in Egypt around 2500 BCE and became one of the most iconic weapons of the ancient Middle East. With its sickle-shaped design, the khopesh combined the slashing capability of an axe with the versatility of a sword. Egyptian pharaohs were often depicted wielding the khopesh, symbolizing their power over life and death. The inward curve of the blade could be used to hook an enemy's shield and pull it away, leaving them vulnerable to a follow-up strike. The weighted tip increased striking force, allowing it to deliver devastating blows even through armor. The khopesh typically measured between 50 to 60 centimeters in length, making it shorter than many contemporary swords, but longer than most daggers. This made it versatile for both open battlefield combat and closer quarters fighting. The weapon was so effective that its design influenced weapon development throughout the region for centuries, with variations appearing in Canaanite, Assyrian, and other Middle Eastern cultures. Number 11. Roman ballista. Have you ever seen what happens when a massive arrow punches through a human body? The Roman ballista made this gruesome sight commonplace on ancient battlefields. This two-armed torsion engine essentially functioned as a massive crossbow, capable of hurling large bolts or stones with incredible force and accuracy. Unlike many ancient artillery weapons designed to bombard walls or formations, the ballista was a precision weapon. Roman engineers calibrated these machines so carefully that skilled operators could hit specific targets at distances of up to 500 yards. Imagine the terror of watching a javelin-sized bolt fly across the battlefield to impale your comrade with such force that it continued through him to strike the man behind. The Roman military standardized the design and deployment of ballistae, with each legion typically equipped with 60 of these weapons.